The airline industry keeps suffering and is getting no mercy. Warren Buffett has officially sold all his shares and has no position in Delta stock, when not too long ago he owned about 11% of the company. Why did he sell everything? Welcome back, my name is Alex. The goal of this channel is to entertain you and improve your finances. Over the weekend, the big news came in that Warren Buffett, who was the world's richest man at one point in time and one of the smartest stock market investors we know today, has stepped down and sold all his positions in Delta, Southwest, United, and American Airlines stock. Mr. Buffett has came out and admitted that he made a mistake and his company Berkshire Hathaway sold everything. He also stated that times have changed for the airline industry and he wishes them well. As we all know, this pandemic has changed the world we live in today, and it's something that mostly everyone has never experienced, so it's a very scary time we're all going through. And just a reminder guys, I'm just a dude who loves personal finance on YouTube. I'm not a financial advisor, so consult with one if you need to. Delta Airlines, just like the rest of the airlines, are going through one of the biggest economic troubles they've ever faced. What sucks for them, and quite honestly most businesses and corporations, is that this was out of everyone's control. A lot of people right now might be wondering what to do next. They had faith in buying Delta stock and the rest of the airline stocks because the price was promising and we all figured we were getting a deal on the stocks. After hearing what Buffett did and said, we are now wondering why he sold or why you should sell. Some of us are wondering if now is the time to buy, because we obviously have to buy when others are scared and sell when others are greedy. But how can we follow that advice when the Oracle of Omaha himself has gone against his own beliefs? This is obviously speculation and my own personal beliefs, but from my understanding, Warren has seen a huge downfall for the airline industry and things might not ever be the same again, at least for a while. It is estimated that the airline industry will be borrowing around $10 billion, if not more, to get bailed out of this situation. And that's each company itself, not the industry as a whole. That money is being borrowed and has to be paid back with interest on top, so the amount of debt involved has a lot of companies scrambling for profits and will not be seeing actual profits for a while. To make things worse, the large companies already carry a lot of debt. And that may be so because they saw a promising future in the travel sector and they figured out it was a perfect time to use leverage to grow. Delta's earnings call came out not too long ago and it was reported that they had their first quarterly loss in over 5 years, including them and United Airlines, according to CNBC. Although I'm not an expert, I could have guessed considering that nearly all travel came to a complete halt and banned in a lot of parts of the world. Warren Buffett sees too much uncertainty and risk in the airline industry because unfortunately the second quarter is promised to see way worse losses. Perhaps Buffett lost his last ounce of faith when he listened to Delta's earnings call to hear that their very own CEO stated that the revenue in the current quarter looks to be 90% lower than expected and that it could take 2 to 3 years for business to recover. The airline company lost $534 million in the first quarter of this year, which really isn't as bad as I thought considering that they are burning through about $100 million a day since the commencement of this hard downturn. Historically, Delta's best times for profits came during the second and third quarter, but with this Rona thing going on and people losing their income, you must bet most Americans will be more worried about losing their home than going on their annual vacation to Cabo. So what if you own Delta or any other airline stock as a matter of fact? What do you do now? Well, you can start by kindly tapping that thumbs up button to support the channel. One thing you have to consider is that the airline industry is going to see a few years of tough times. That's because the pandemic has put a lot of fear into many people. This might be a turning point in regards to how the airline industry does business from now on, and we can assume demand and sales will still be lower than expected even after the stay-at-home order ends in every state of the country. You see, people will be more cautious from now on, or at least until a vaccine is readily available. Being a stock market investor comes with the roller coaster of emotions. It's hard to look at an account and see your hard-earned money lose value or not see any progress as fast as you would like to see it. To answer your question, a man like Warren Buffett has investment strategies that can be a lot different than the average Joe. As a matter of fact, your investment strategy and mine is a lot different depending on our age, our income, our financial situation, and our patience. Some people jump into the market to profit or at least expect to profit in a few days, and those are what you call your day or swing traders. Some people jump in and want to make a quick buck within a year to a few weeks, and those might be the impatient casual investors, and you have other people who see the long-term gain of investing. Warren Buffett has a lot more to lose than the average person if he makes the wrong investment, and therefore he seeks more wealth preservation over huge returns. Not to mention, he's just about 10 years shy of a century, and he probably does not have the time to wait 3 to 5 years for Delta stock to start picking back up. It would be wise to keep the cash aside and wait for the right opportunity and an investment that makes more sense for him. So will it be right or wrong to buy Delta right now? Well, it all depends on your own research, your age, and risk tolerance. Will there be airline industries who will file for bankruptcy? Yes, it's almost a guarantee. Will travel slow down and profits come to halt for years to come? Possibly. If you ask me, there's even a possibility travel will come back stronger than ever because people will get the urge to travel to visit family who they might not have seen in a while, or maybe just because the restrictions are now off and there's a vaccine or medical drug to fight off the Rona. Delta is the largest and most profitable American airline and was the airline Warren Buffett had the biggest position in out of all the airlines he owned. Delta's balance sheet isn't the best. As a matter of fact, it's not too great if you compare it to Southwest Airlines. American Airlines has filed for bankruptcy before, and United had a reported loss of $2.1 billion for its first quarter earnings call. So none of the airlines are doing well and have their own downfalls. At this point, I'm 50-50 and my risk tolerance is a lot higher than most considering my income and my age. I also plan to own airline stock for at least a few years to a decade. It comes down to you analyzing your situation and doing some proper research. If you made it to the end of this video, I'd like to thank you guys so much. Please consider subscribing for more cool and educational content, and make sure to hit that notification bell to get notified anytime I post a video. Thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one.